Hey, I'm Xavier back with Xavier. Happy to go through what is the lens system and go through all its components with you. So the lens stands for the Leaf Evaluated Nutrient System. And when we talk about it, it's everything that comes in this container. So in this box, you'll have everything you need to become your own tissue sampling lab. When you first open it up, and you might want to set this up either in your truck, in your office, or shop. In any case, once you open it up, you'll see that there's a laptop or tablet included right in the top of the system, and then wires running through underneath to the optical systems on the scanning surface. We can go through as well and look at each component. So from here, you'll see that there's a black scanning surface. This is where you'll scan your leaf tissue on. There's also the scanning probe, which comes with a white calibration cap. This is what you'll be using to scan your leaf tissue with. It comes with a charger for the laptop, as well as a power source for the probe, which includes a on and off switch to turn the power to the light source on and off. The last piece you'll notice is a fiber optic cable coming from underneath the system with a little cap to protect it. Once you take the cap off the fiber optic cable, connect it to the 45-degree angle connector on the probe. And the easiest way to do this is just put it on top and turn it a couple times. Make sure this is hand tightened before you start scanning. And put the probe back on the white reference. Then take the second power connector here on the top of the probe. And to run the lens, you'll need one outlet to be able to connect the power source. You'll know it's connected if you can see a light shining from the bottom of your probe. Make sure your laptop is charged. To open it up, press the button on the top left. Once logged into the operating system, you'll be able to see Picketa System Lens as an option for an application. Click twice to open it up, and then you'll be able to see your email and password login information. This is the exact same account you created for accessing Fieldbook. To ensure that you have a great experience using the lens and sampling your crops, we recommend that you do a demo scan before your sampling protocol starts. This involves going to one of your early crops, taking just 1 or 2 samples and running them through the system. This way, we know your scout is used to using the system's functioning as it should, and we can double check the data in the early season. That way, if there's any issues with the hardware or the protocol, it gets caught early, and we can make sure that the whole season goes well. Another feature of the lens is offline mode. Whether you're going out into the field with the device to sample with no connection, or on an unstable internet connection, or just want to try it out, when the app senses that there's no internet, either from range to their Wi-Fi network or by turning it into airplane mode, you'll see on the top left corner of the application, it indicates you're in offline mode. It'll still keep all the information of the fields and sample locations from when you were last connected and be able to complete any samples needed. The only difference is that when you get into the sample list, the status will be cached. This means it's on the local computer and not yet analyzed for Fieldbook. Once you're back into connectivity, offline mode will turn off, and then you're able to send the samples up as you would have normally. Next, let's run through some common troubleshooting issues. Like any computer system, you may run into some IT issues. Make sure that the laptop is well charged before you go sampling, especially if you're bringing this on the road. One issue we've seen is with unstable internet connections, sometimes the sample upload process isn't smooth. If you're seeing this as an issue, turn the laptop into airplane mode and complete the scans in offline mode. Once all the samples are completed, bring the lens to a more stable internet connection and upload them there. If you're seeing that the 2 status symbols of the spectrometers aren't green, the most common issues is having multiple windows of the lens application open at once. Close them all, open up one single instance, and see if they're green. If that doesn't solve it, deconnecting and reconnecting the connectors on the USB cable going from the laptop to the spectrometers may also solve the issue. Let's go over some of the errors that may arrive during your sample process. All of these are to ensure that the data going into our system is correct and you're getting the best results possible. If you're getting any errors during the calibration steps, make sure you're following the right protocol. including keeping the probe within the calibration cap the entire time. Once calibrated, you'll be able to take the probe out into the scanning surface and complete samples. If you take a sample of anything that doesn't look like the crop specified on the field, it'll throw an error, saying this doesn't look like the crop it's supposed to. Once you take your leaf, put it onto the scanning surface and put the probe on top of it. If there's any light seeping out from the sides, this will also cause an error. Similarly, if the fiber optic connection is not tight enough, this could also seep out light, causing some errors. When sampling your crop, make sure you're following the right protocol. For example, in corn, you're supposed to scan halfway up on the leaf. Scanning on the base or the tip might introduce more errors. Lastly, the condition of the leaves need to be in relatively good shape. This is why I recommend keeping samples in paper bags in either a ventilated or preferably a refrigerated area, especially if you're going to store them overnight. This is one of the reasons we recommend paper bags over plastic bags, where moisture will develop quicker and crop conditions get worse. If you are going to use plastic bags, add a paper towel. It'll help with the moisture problem. While sampling, you may run into something called an outlier detection. This is a specific type of error, meaning that this does look like a leaf, but there's some slight inconsistencies with it. If encountered, the first step is to recalibrate the sensors and try again. If you still get an outlier detected on this leaf, try scanning a different part of it or another leaf within the same sample. If you're still running into issues, try looking for updates within the app, closing the app, opening it back up, going through the complete calibration steps, and then retaking a sample. If after all of this you're still running into an outlier detection, it is completely possible that our scripts to detect outliers are just a bit too strict. You can disable it for a sample, complete it, send the results up, and then move on to the rest of your samples. If you're getting multiple outliers within the same sampling period, please contact support, as there might be bigger issues affecting your samples. Once outlier detection is turned off, any scan goes up, meaning you need to be more careful with the way you follow protocol. To contact support, there's an easy option in the top right-hand side of the application in the menu called Support, where you can log your issues and send more context to our team to figure out what's going on. We can also go and check any submitted scans for further information by looking at the data. You can also contact support directly at info@picketa.com.